Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another showing of the Midnight Broadcasting Network on YouTube. My name is SlayG84, and today we have the Hoosier State 250 at the Indianapolis Speedway, also known as the Brickyard, for race number 9 of 22 of the Indianapolis NASCAR Series season. Well, tonight it's me and Hyper once again in the booth. Hyper, nice to have you once again. But here we're not at Kentucky, of course. It's going to be a lot different race than we had 2 weeks ago. We'll recap 2 weeks ago as it was a fantastic race. But Jay, tell us what you think's going to happen here at IMS.
Ending today, this is just all going to be about who can stay in line and kill. It's going to be kind of like another draft track, I believe, at like Daytona. Once you lose the draft, you're really going to start noticing how they're just going to be pulling away because they have a bunch of draft. You can get farther, like you can get dropped back a little bit and get a nice draft lap maybe, but I'm not sure how much more speed you're going to get if you fall off too far.
Yeah, Indianapolis is one of those tracks where draft is almost very dependent. I mean, it's very dependent in the game. It's a very strong feature in NASCAR Heat 4. But tracks like this, it's a pretty big factor. You lose that draft, you're going to fall off almost immediately, tenths upon tenths off. So it should be exciting to see here today. I'm going to recap last week's race, and it was a great one to say the least. It was the Penske owner. It was a Penske battle. It was the Penske team owner of Diesel Rothgibb who wasn't able to make it tonight. Between him and his driver Smoke Zemog for the win. And 14-year-old Smoke Zemog put up one heck of a fight, but he was not able to get it done. And Zemog actually will not be racing tonight either. But yeah, still heck of a race. Diesel's able to get the win. I believe that was first of the year in the Running Imports Natural Series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, great finish. What were your thoughts on Kentucky, Jay? A little recap from you. Obviously, it was I thought it was a fairly good race, fantastic ending. But what were your thoughts?
I mean, I wasn't really there watching it. You don't remember?
Oh, that's right. You were in the booth. It was me and Workman. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awkward. Well, never mind. So, yeah, if you guys haven't gone and watched it already, go ahead and I believe it's the second to last video, or the second video posted. Correct? Second to last?
Second to last, yeah.
Yeah, because the default at Kansas was the last one. But we do have the qualifying order. It looks like it will only be an 11 car field. It shows we have 10. Should be, yeah, 11 car field. Which, I mean, it's kind of getting to the point where we already know he's going to be on pole for the race even starts. I mean, you have second place. It looks like second place Voltage with a 50.934, but then you have on pole is Fluffy once again with a 50.563, almost a whole half second. I think it's 4 tenths off ahead of everyone else. So that's getting to the point where we don't even have to guess who the pole is going to be. It's kind of just it's going to be Fluffy or possibly another Roush Fenway line Ford. But what can you say?
Not really much. Can't really say much about Fluffy. He's just got a really fast car, so if he can keep that kind of pace, he'll probably just drive away from the pack. So with what I'm saying about qualifying, he may not even need draft. So
yeah, we'll try to get him in here. See if we can get a pre-race interview from Fluffy. Should be starting the race here soon. Invite's 8:05. It is 8:02, so we might be able to get him in here. For a quick little. Sorry, I got a notification. Oh, it was that. Okay. For a quick little pre-race interview from the pole setter. We'll go over the starting order here. If we don't get him in here by 8:05, we will go ahead and do the starting order. But I want to see if we can get him in here.
Number 8 for this series right now. Who's in 8?
8, that is X-Intimidator.
X-Intimidator, right. That's the one that's not on the top 10 list over here. He finished last in the qualifying race. That's what happened.
Oh, gotcha.
So I wasn't sure who it was.
We also have, we'll make a, if you follow us on Twitter at @team_MBN, you saw the announcement we made after our race tweet. You know, what we do usually early in the morning before the day of every race, or on the day of every race. But we have a newcomer. I mean, he's not a newcomer really, but he's a newcomer to the PS4 side of League Racing and MBN. But Jerem Dohar, the esports driver on the Xbox side for Junior Motorsports, who was, I think he had the best driver stats out of anybody. Like, not just stats, probably not, but the most consistent. He was probably the most consistent driver of the entire Pro League. 100% Xbox, and it was bare on PS4. But he'll be racing tonight. He'll be filling in for the number 7 of Jerem Keffer for his first start. And he will be starting P6, it looks like, in his first start. So it should be exciting to see what he can do.
You know, knowing Dohar off Xbox and how consistent he was, I mean, you would expect anything else but like a top 3 in this race tonight from him.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some people, you know, Brian Tedeschi came over to PS4 for a couple of races on MBN, just for a couple of races in general. And I think he said the setups are looser on Xbox, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what he said. I think he said the setups are looser on Xbox compared to PS4. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry if I am, but I think that's what he said. So, obviously you need to adjust your setup from Xbox to PS4. Don't know if it's going to correlate, but it's starting P6 for Dohar. And it looks like we're not going to be able to get fluffy. So before we get invites, we're going to go for our starting order for the Hoosier State 250 at IMS. So row 1 brings the 16 of Fluffy as your pole setter, and the outside pole the 20 of Voltage. Row 2 brings the 6 of Marcus E-Dub and the 11 of Pat's Ace. Row 3 closing at the top 5 is the 21 of Deadpool. And then, as we said before, 6th place to Jerem Dohar. Row 4 brings the number 8 of X Intimidator for JRM and the number 9 of Will Mosley from the back. Row 5, closing at the top 10, is number 61 of A-Trout, who we will have as onboard, looking at his onboard tonight. We'll go over that in a second. And then number 79 of Trey, closing up the top 10. And starting P11, last in the field tonight, it's going to be a small field, we know, is the 60 of Redleg. But do we have A-Trout's onboard, Jay?
On his YouTube channel right now, and he has not started a live stream yet.
He said he's gonna go live when they got in the lobby. So
okay, Adam Troutman.
Adam Troutman.
Space Troutman.
If you don't care to put that link into the YouTube chat so everyone else can see him, subscribe to him. Without Keffer, he is our designated onboard for tonight. I don't believe we have anybody else in the field who streams. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it.
Huh?
No, it doesn't look like it. No one else streaming. But first of all, we're going over our picks for the race as the starting order has been announced and all that. First of all, if you're watching the chat, please comment who you think is going to win and who you think is going to be a sleeper, as we will, as you follow along with us. But Jay, as every week, we'll do the Team MBN sleeper pick and the Team MBN race winner pick. We'll start with you. Who do you think is going to win this race? Who do you think is going to sleep their way to a top 5?
Who do I think is going to win this race? Honestly, I think Dohar's about to show these PlayStation boys what's up.
Alright, time out. Accepted the invite. Okay. Sorry, blue screen, couldn't hear you.
Alright, I said Dohar. I think Dohar's going to win the race. I think he's going to show the PlayStation boys up. And then, who do I think is going to sneak a top 5? I'll say from the back, number 9. I think he'll get in the top 5 for this race for sure.
So Jay Hyper's picks were to win Dohar starting P6 and starting P8 Will Mosley for his sleeper. For me, I'm gonna go. I mean, it's almost like a guaranteed, like 50% chance you're going to get it right. I'm gonna go Fluffy. That's the winner. I think I've picked the winner the past 2 weeks, past 2 races. So we'll see if I can keep that going. I'm gonna go Fluffy as your winner. And my sleeper, I'm going to go. I think it was Kentucky where I forgot if it was Redleg or Trey. I believe it was Trey. Stuck his way to a top 5. I think it was both of them, actually. Trey and Redleg both stuck their way to the top 5, so, you know, anything could almost happen. I'm going to go with my sleeper is going to be the 8 of X Intimidator. That's going to be my sleeper. He's starting P7. As we do every week, we're going with a paint scheme preview for our custom cars, because, you know, we kind of have to, so you guys know who's what. Starting P1 right here in the black and blue Ford Mustang, number 16 for Roush Family Racing. That is Fluffy. Starting P3, we have the number 6 of Marcus Edub with a different look this week. New number font, new color. He's in the green, can't get a good angle, sorry. Green, black, and red Fanatec number 6. Next, we go to, I believe the next one with the new paint scheme is the number 9 of Will Mosley. He now has this Nationwide Children's Hospital, number 9. For the 9, starting P8. And next, you go to P10 is the 79 of Trey with the new NASCAR Heat 4 sponsor on the hood in that crimson and I believe it's yellowish gold car. And starting P11, rounding out the field, is Redleg in that classic number 60 that he rocks every week. Of course, you guys see on the top of your screen the live race lineup. Everybody else who we did not call out, their name number is up there. But as we round turn forward, Jay, we're about to get going here for 250 miles, excuse me, here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Fluffy, he's going to go to the restart box and take us to the green flag to start tonight's event. Here they go at the cones, and we are green. And the 7 of Dohar, not the greatest of starts, kind of checks out that outside line, and the 9 and the 79 fall way back.
Off into turn 1, we have Voltage, the new race leader already, taking the lead from Fluffy. Fluffy, a little sleeping on the start, seems like, where he just did not get the tires going. Voltage leading him off of turn 2, and we got a bunch of cars in line already. Like you said, the 7 of Dohar fell back pretty hard, didn't get a good restart. Not sure if something with the gears could have been in effect. May have been a controller issue. I know when you make a new account, the controller settings are different.
There's one thing we know about Dohar. He is one who is almost always searching for some fuel, save some fuel. So if there's a situation where, you know, Indianapolis might come down with some fuel strategy, his gears might be different just to save fuel.
Save fuel, we have a battle for third already. Marcus looking below the 11 of Pat's Ace. Pat's Ace, I believe, with a new PS4 this week. Other one just gave out and needed to invest, so that's what he did. Now he's here in number 11, trying to show what he's got.
Yeah, that's one thing about Pat's little outside information. Ooh, the 21 gets the outside wall going into turn 3, able to regout it nicely. But Pat's has had some. Oh, and Marcus gets the wall. The 21 makes a little contact with him, so Marcus will go from 3rd to 5th. Pat's and Deadpool will move up each position, and that also makes the Kelly Palper 3rd again. Deadpool to the outside of the 11 of Pat's. They're just switching back and forth here for 3rd. Great battle. But Pat's has lagged out and had some issues with his PlayStation for a couple weeks now. Actually, a while now. I will say that, a while. So for him to be able to get a nice clean start here at Indianapolis, fresh, not able to lag out or anything like that, or his PlayStation overheating, that was the issue, as always. So as I see him back in here with no issues.
I mean, right there, Deadpool just went from 5th to 3rd off of that mishap for Marcus. I mean, maybe that's what he's wanting the top 2 to lead. Maybe he can go from 3rd to 1st if they get in the wall together. But top 2 is ran away, and there goes Deadpool in the wall. Spoke too soon.
Into the wall. That's going to stack up. And A-Trout's going to make one heck of a move. 3 wide off of turn 4. Good. And A-Trout's just going to look like he's going to fall in line. Marcus once again back to 3rd. We have a fantastic battle in 3rd position here.
10 laps to go on the stage. This time buys the 14-lap stage. So 4 laps in.
Oh, Deadpool into the wall again.
Top 2 just drove away. These guys probably just making sure that They probably are just saying, let's just settle this out for ourselves. Let's just draft and we get the last lap and let's go.
Oh.
Can they?
3 wide battle, so they're never been 3 battle for 5th. Deadpool on the outside, Dohar in the middle, A-Trout on the inside. Little contact between 21 and 61. Let the 7 pounce, but it looks like he's not going to be able to get the run on the 21. He'll fall back to the 6th position, but he'll pass A-Trout.
One thing I'm not sure about how these guys are going to be on fuel. I'm assuming they'll be able to make it, because usually I think you can make it on no stops, the first stages. And I think for the Cup car, you can probably get 14. I think that's what it is for the Cup car, if I'm not mistaken. And this would be a 14 lap stage as well. Trying to see if Trout will show the fuel at all.
So you got JRM cars with the 8 put some blocks on the 9, his teammate. The JRM cars sitting right now, I believe they're... Oh, the 21 is going to check up big time. As they're through ride once again, the 8's going to put it in there. Oh, the 61 gave that 7 some contact right there. That moves him up the track.
61, I think that's Keffer in the car, because that's where he normally would Keffer.
Probably. They almost have the same gamer tag, so you never know.
Well, yeah,
Go hard back to the inside.
Go hard back to the inside. He knows that he made contact with him before. Will he go back to it? No, I think he's get lifted a little bit.
Well, the 21 almost scored the 8th there, but he's going to let him go. Obviously knows he made a mistake.
Ooh, 8 overshot the corner real deep.
Him and the 21 had some contact, I believe, so that might have been the reason for that. But sorry we're not focusing on the top 2, but it's such a great battle for 3rd as Marcus and Pats once again. Oh, Marcus gets loose, and that dragged the 61 with him. And Dohar looks like he might put it 3 wide here, and there he goes. Dohar is about to go from 6th to 3rd in just a straightaway. And he does. Nice move by the 7.
It's the 3rd, and while that battle's going on, Fluffy has taken the lead, and he is driving away with it right
Marcus. I couldn't tell what happened there. It looks like, so on Heat 4, if you guys are not aware, when you get someone's back bumper, it will... Oh, the 7 almost hit the pit road wall.
8 going on pit road.
Oh,
Marcus
we have 2
hit down pit road.
The 8 and the 6.
Is that a caution coming out? No, I think because they're on pit road, there's not going to be a caution. I think this is a scheduled pit stop for these guys.
Oh, I saw the 8 take a hard left, and the 6 had nowhere to go, but it looks like these guys, a lot of drivers are getting very loose off the corners, and you see Dohar getting very loose. There might be a reason why Voltage has fallen so far off of Fluffy, as he was ahead of him. And same for Marcus. Marcus got really loose off of turn 3 a lap ago, and it shot him down to the apron, as you see on the right side of your screen. And that was able to almost put him, he had like so many positions. Marcus' the car is very tight, even though it looked like we saw him just yank it. Oh, the 61. That is not a scheduled pit stop. The 20's pit stop is scheduled, as he made his way on pit road very cleanly. The 61 just loose off of turn 4 and nailed the inside wall, and then back around to the outside wall.
Well, if people are coming on pit road, I'm assuming they cannot make it on fuel, so they're just splitting the stage in half. As we have the 8 coming off pit road now.
Where is Marcus?
Just getting in his stall. 20's just not getting his stall. Marcus is on the back stretch. He's going to turn 3 right now.
So Marcus is a lap down, barely though. He is right behind or not right behind, but only seconds back of his team owner, the number 16, Fluffy. But Intimidator, already down pit road, is only just right now ahead of the 60 of Red Lake. So he's got a while to go to catch up to Fluffy. Voltage was also... Is Fluffy
down pit road right now.
Fluffy down pit road, so Marcus will get his lap back. Voltage has also already made his pit stop, and he has a nice gap over the 6 of Marcus. As we should see Marcus coming around turn 2 here. You can barely see him, never mind.
He's going down pit road that time after he missed. I don't know if he missed it or he just got loose last time. Well, he's going up pit road this time by.
He could have been attempting to pit and just lock the tires up and spun around, but it definitely looked like he was not going to make it speed-wise.
Looks like these drivers were just going to be 2 laps short, so if someone would have stayed out, saved fuel, maybe that's what someone's trying to do, save some fuel. Ilhar, I don't think he's pitted yet, so.
If you go to the 7 car right now and listen to his RPMs, if you're on the stream you can hear it. It sounds very low right now. Well, they're picking up, but sounds pretty low, or like around the 8,000 range, 7,800. So maybe expect the 7 to stay out there and try to take the field, same as the 11 of Pat's, 9 of Will Mosley, and a few others.
Few others staying out, maybe trying to see if a caution will come out, knowing that some of these guys will get aggressive late in a run, trying to get all the positions they can. I mean, the people that have pitted right now are going balls to the wall, trying to just let it all out. I mean, they're just trying to. I mean, they're using their 4 fresh tires. Even if you got 4 fresh tires, they only needed like 2 extra laps. So I believe some of them may have just taken fuel and went.
Probably, but the 11 right now. Oh, 11 of Pat's ace is pitting. Had to use the inside wall as a little barrier, but he's able to get in there nice and clean. But the new leader is now, as you expected, when there's a fuel strategy. Oh, by the way, we have the 9 pitting as well, Will Mosley. But new leader, 7 of Jerem Dohar, as he's leading his first laps in a PS4 league race. It's weird to say, but that's his first laps led in a PS4 league race.
Right now we have Trey in 3rd. I can see that. And who would be 2nd then?
Second
Trout's
would be
not
Deadpool.
Deadpool would be 2nd. Yeah, Deadpool would be 2nd. Yeah, he is. So, people, I think, are those people that just the only ones that haven't pitted yet? Those 3?
Where is Redleg?
He's on the backstretch off of 2 right now. I'm not sure if he would have, he had pitted yet.
Well, he's in front of Fluffy on the track-wise.
Oh, Dohar coming on pit road this time by. So
Dohar,
is the 21
Deadpool.
and the 79 of Trey.
79 Rex comes on the pit road, sadly.
Was not going to make it on fuel. I think we got to go back to Fluffy now. See where he is on track.
Pat's already pit, didn't he?
Yes, Pat's
He
already
did.
pitted.
So Fluffy is going to be there. As you see, there's voltage behind him around 1.5 seconds back, 2 seconds maybe. And these are your front 2 when pit stops cycle through.
I'm surprised if Fluffy hasn't pulled away farther away from voltage. I think voltage has probably made probably an adjustment on the car to make it better, or he just got out of pit road and on pit road better than Fluffy. But I feel like he hasn't fallen off as far as he probably would have of the first run if Fluffy had gotten away first run earlier.
I think it's because the 20, I mean, he looks like the 16 is just putting more time on the 20. Remember, the 20 pit 2 laps sooner than the 16 did. So the gap was obviously probably closer than what it is now. Way closer, probably. Like the 20 just lost a good half second or more since we last checked on him. But 20, he's known for short pitting. As voltage in the 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing, he's known for short pitting. Any chance he gets, anytime he can try and make up some track position, he'll do it. But, yeah, that is your leader right now. Has Redleg pit? I don't think Redleg's pit yet, actually.
I'm not sure. I think he did. I'm not exactly too sure.
If he did... Where's Fluffy? Well, Fluffy is right now in turn 2, and Redleg is in turn 3. So... I don't know if he has pit. We haven't seen him. I don't think we've seen the 60 pit yet. Do you know how many laps we have to go, Jay?
I believe this time by that this should be the last lap. If he's on the lead lap, this should be the last lap for him. This should be the finish right here for him. And does not seem like he's slowing down at all. I think he has pitted. He just hasn't gone a lap down yet.
It's a possibility.
On board with Fluffy now. Let's see if his car starts slowing down after the finish. Yeah, it does.
So stage 1 winner goes to the 16 of Fluffy. As we monitor the rest of the field here. 20 voltage rounds up P2. It looks like Pat's ace will round out P3.
Battle for 7th coming to the line right now between Trey and A-Trout, and looks like Trey's going to hold off for 7th there. Excellent.
Dohar battling here, and Dohar's going to get him. Do we have a top 5? I know we have Fluffy first, Voltage second. Looks like 3rd was Pat's. 4th looks like it was Marcus, with 5th Will from the back, if that's what I'm mistaken.
I can tell you. The top 5 was Fluffy. That was Fluffy, Voltage, Pat's, Marcus, and from the back.
That's
top 5.
Number 9 car, Will Mosley, I believe he's the closest. I think him and Marcus are both on the cut line of the playoffs, so those two guys need every point they can get. And with the 12 and the 22 not running today, it's going to hurt their cases. I believe the Corey or Diesel was almost, he was near the first place in the standings. So him not running tonight is going to put him back an extra by about 10 points, because as I do it here, if you are not able to race, you get 10 points. First of all, we have some strategy. It looks like a 21 of Deadpool to the lead. Fluffy second, Pat's third, Marcus fourth. Voltage lost 3 spots in the pits right there, back to 5th.
21 stay. Would he stay out or did he pit? Let me go back and check.
Might have took 2 tires because he wasn't up there. He wasn't in the top 5.
He took 2 tires. I'm assuming he took 2 tires because he did pit.
You okay? So you see here, Deadpool trying just to hold that inside. His Voltage going to put it 3 wide for the 3rd position. Marcus in the outside, Voltage in the middle, Pat's in the inside. Pat's going to back out, just make it 2 wide. And going into turn 3, Voltage has the preferred line on Marcus. Going to see what he can do with it. And he's going to look inside of the 21. And they're going to keep battling. And this is, Dohar loose off the corner and almost into the pit road wall. Number 9 is on the bumper of the 20, trying to get that inside line going. We're on board here with the 11 of Pat Sace, running in the 6th position after restarting. I believe he was P4? Or P3?
Sure. P3 could have been, yeah. Right now, I mean, he's just falling back from these guys. I mean, obviously getting the spot from Trout right here. Well, defending that spot from Trout, getting the draft off the 9. But battle for 2nd right now is for Voltage and Marcus. Side by side. Off turn 3, going to the turn 4.
Yep, the 21 just falling back. Those 2 tires, if that's what he took, just not working out. He's going to fall back to about where he was if he would have taken 4 tires, excuse me. So not the strategy. Didn't look like it really worked out.
2 laps in, 10 to go on the stage. It's a 12-lap stage. I think last time I was saying that they can make maybe 9 or 10 laps on a run, so I'm expecting, 11 or 12 laps on a run. I'm expecting these guys to, someone's going to stretch it, I believe. Someone's definitely going to stretch it if they can.
I mean, it's a good thing we have Dohar in this race, because every time we think strategy, first thing in my mind is that 7 car. Whether it's Dohar or Keffer, to be honest. Those are usually the first 2 guys you expect on either console, if you follow the league racing scene, to try and stretch it on fuel. So, be interesting to see what happens here as the laps close down for stage 2. But right now, already having a very good day is the number 9 from the back right now in the 4th position. Right now, the best JRM car, the best Chevrolet, really, honestly, the best Chevrolet, as you have P5 Pats. But when his team owner's not here, he's doing a very good job in that number 9.
A shame that Keffer's not here, but Dohar's here, and he'll relay the message over to Keffer in 20.
Got some cars almost around in the turn 2. The 21 of Deadpool into the inside wall, into the grass, into the outside wall. 79 of Trey was the first one who looked like got a pretty major part of it. But it looks like everyone from the 8 of his Intimidator all the way back to Trey and there's a couple more in Red Leg that they got a part of it.
Ooh, on board of Trout just right now, and he just smacked the wall off of 4. Dohar's gonna get draft off him here. I believe this is P6, yes, P6, so top 5 right ahead of him. So this stage points on the line right ahead of him, so if he can get up there, get stage points, that would be nice to help his case in the points. 1 Daytona. I haven't really seen much of him the rest of the season though so far. So maybe India would be a place for him to step up.
I mean, Toyota, if we do remember, go back to Daytona, it was such a dominating performance by Toyota. I believe Voltage was the front runner for the Toyota camp, I think he won 2 stages, or won a stage if I'm not mistaken. Trout won the race, but he also had 18 of New World and the 51 of Rowdy. They were all up front that entire race. But the first 2-3 weeks, it was Toyota. As if you saw our tweet earlier today, first 2-3 races, it was all Toyota. They seemed to be the dominant cars. Voltage was super fast at Atlanta, when able to get the finish he wanted. But right now, it's been Ford's with Fluffy leading that. The Ford camp, Marcus has done a pretty good job as well, and also the Penske camp of Diesel Rothkip winning last week, and Smoke Zemog even starting to shine with his past couple finishes. Not as both those guys not racing today. So the Roush Fenway camp's going to be holding the torch for the Fords today. As the 61 loose off the corner, he's going to lose some time.
Loose off the corner, but that's just what Dohar wants to see. He'll get that draft, and 61 is going to stay in the draft to 11. With the 61 making some mistakes, that's really brought the 7 back up to these guys. If the 61 wasn't making mistakes and falling back, the 7 probably would be second and half back still. And 11 making a mistake as well, and he's right there on the bumper of them.
Oh. Well, it almost looks like she was going to get the wall there, but you see Delhar going to make the pass on Pat's ace. That's for the 7th position, correct?
A-Shot's in 5th right now.
So that's for the 6th position, my bad. So Pat's goes back to 7th. Fluffy still managing that lead very well. Voltage in 2nd, Marcus in 3rd, from the back in 4th, and A-Trout in 5th. So you got 2 Fords, a Chevy, and 2 Toyotas right now in the top 5. With 2 Chevrolets in 6th and 7th.
But the last time by was halfway, so this time will be 5 to go. It's right around like halfway, so maybe these people will start coming down pit road if they can't make it. We'll see. I believe that's what Fluffy did last time. He ran 1 extra lap past halfway, and he's going to stay out. The 9 going down pit road though.
The 9 up from the back will make his green flag pit stop for stage 2. That is scheduled. For some people, if you're saving fuel, obviously you're not going to plan on pitting. But right there, when Will pitted or the lap before, would have probably been the prime position to pit, unless you're Fluffy. That was a nice alliteration there. Unless you're Fluffy, so should be interesting to see what everybody does. As the 7, all over the bumper of the 61 here, trying to pass him for the 5th position, or the 4th position, excuse me.
I think some people right now, what they're thinking is that they're gonna pit like maybe on the with 3 to go, just get a half can of fuel and then go back out. I think right there the 9 from the back is thinking 4 tires. You gotta take 4 tires.
Yeah.
I mean, pitting halfway, that's probably what you really want to do is take 4 tires or 2 tires, depending on what you really needed. If you need 4 tires, obviously you take 4. But if you just need 2, you just go and do that. But right now we have Fluffy out in front, probably about a second to 1.5 seconds, maybe even more than that. And I think it's probably about 2 seconds.
Probably around 2.5. Yeah, probably around 2.5. Looks like that's where it looked like it was when before the stage break for stage 1. But Will already Fluffy's almost at his bumper, so obviously he won't be when Fluffy pits. But we'll be able to see here if Will took 4 tires. He probably did. If he pulls away from Fluffy.
He's caught Fluffy, but, well, Fluffy's caught Will, but the thing is will Fluffy need a pit, or is everyone gonna make it? That's like the question.
Dehar's RPMs, unless it's just what we're hearing here, and from the broadcast view, it's a little, not exactly correct, but coming off of turn 4, Dehar's gears sounded very low, so we'll see if he's saving fuel again.
Trying to save fuel, see how many laps you can make it. Battle between Voltage and Marcus is just swapping back and forth. Seems like on the straightaways, I think Voltage has the time, but Marcus has the time in the corners. He can get a little bit better corner entry on the corner, probably Marcus, and then Voltage has a better exit. Right now, Marcus just gained a lot of 3 on him. And off of 4, their Voltage is starting to pull away. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Marcus is better than 1 and 3.
Shouldn't this be 2 to go?
Better than 2 and 4. That was 2 to go. This was 2 to go.
So
yeah.
These guys are not planning on pitting, it looks like.
Wasn't planning on pitting. Or they will pit and just take a penalty for the game. I mean, if you're trying to stretch and you have to pit on the last lap, you may as well you're going to be in the mirror anyways.
That's usually the rule we have here. If you run out of gas and are forced to go down here on the last lap, you must pit again. just so you're not really cheating the system, if you would say. Should be interesting to see what happens, though. Technically, Fluffy could pit right now and be okay. Same as Voltage. Really, so if you're in pit road before the leader crossed the line, that's when you're going to be good. So Fluffy could be fine if you pit right now, but he's not going to. But nobody. Yep, wanting to go here in stage 1, and that's Fluffy once again, and putting on a Fluffy-like performance and dominating.
If he's just pulling away for the stage 1 win, I mean, if he can make it on fuel, I believe all these guys can make it on fuel. The 9, I don't know if the 9 wasn't sure if he was going to make it on fuel or not, but he's not going to go a lap down because of it, so probably just seeing how many laps you can make, how many of these other guys can make. Maybe trying to see how maybe the rest of the race is going to go, how many laps. I mean, because if he can't make all the laps, then he's trying to see how many other people can as well.
Doesn't look like anyone is struggling to make it back around the track on fuel. But down the front stretch for the last time in stage 2. Oh, Fluffy sputtered at the line, but Fluffy's going to get it. You saw him shaking that car around, and we heard the RPMs very, kind of fluttering. But Fluffy, stage 1 winner once again. This brings Voltage to P2 once again. P3 to Marcus. I believe that's also a repeat. But instead, we have P4 H-Route and P5 Dohar filling in for Keffer. So Keffer going to get that final point.
Now, the real race actually starts. I think we've seen Fluffy's got the dominant car. Short run and long run. Looks like the last stage, maybe around 20 laps. So if you can just make it to 10, you can pit. And all these guys should make it to 10. They can make 12 laps, so. Doesn't not look like there's going to be any pit strategy unless the caution comes out.
So yeah, once again, it's been a Fluffy-like performance. That's the best way to put it. He's at the pole, won stages 1 and 2, and primed to win the race. A little fact here: there's only 3 Cup races. About the Cups, there's 3 races last year on data where the one person led or won everything: pole, both stages, and the race. And that was myself at Bristol, Rowdy at New Hampshire, I believe it was, and then it was BC in the finale at Pocono. So, but that's been I feel like it's happened a lot here for the Xfinity Series. People have been dominating, but you see it shook it up. Fluffy lost 2 spots on pit road, and Voltage takes the lead with his teammate Marcus in second. Fluffy's teammate Marcus in second.
Yeah, Fluffy, I'm thinking Fluffy's pit crew realized that they didn't need to really do that great of a job. He's just probably going to go drive away. He's been fine in traffic, so.
He hasn't been in traffic all race, though. You gotta think about that. He has not been in traffic all race. It'll be interesting to see how the 16 car handles right now on the inside of Dohar. Oh, Dohar smacks the wall. 61 has to avoid him. Pat Day's going to go 3 wide for the 4th position. He's going to do it. Nice move. And Deadpool's going to follow.
Battle for the lead. Marcus looking to the inside of Voltage. Looks like, yeah.
Oh, almost some contact. Look how quick.
Real deep as well.
While we were watching the lead, if you looked on the backside of the battle, Deadpool went from, I believe he was 7th to 4th, just from that straightaway into turn 1. So very nice job by him. But Marcus is going to fall in line. And if you're Voltage, you just want to see that 16 car go back, just lose positions, keep going back and back and back. So you don't have to worry about them. Like you said, Jay, earlier, the 6 and the 16, the Roush Fenway cars look like they're a lot better than the rest of the field in the corners, and that they're most likely, Voltage in particular, looks to be better in the straightaways. So we'll see what happens here as Fluffy gonna push his teammate and driver Marcus to the lead. Voltage will lead the lap. Little side draft there from the 6th, but Marcus will take the lead going into turn 1.
Marcus taking the lead, and he's just, that was just teamwork right there between Fluffy and someone actually in the back of the pack going through the grass.
Red leg, the 60, the other Roush Fenway car through the grass and will come out the apron in turn 2 safely.
of the Roush Runway car. But I mean, right now Marcus out front leading some laps. Do you think Fluffy wants to win a race, or do you think he wants to see Marcus win a race here too?
Marcus has not. I don't think he's won a race in MBN ever. With a 20, little contact, little pinch down. Fluffy gonna put him 3 wide. It looks like, oh, little contact. 20 still out of shape, coming off turn 4. And look at this. The 61 with a heck of a move. Him and the 11 almost wrecked, it looked like, but the 61's going to take his team over 3 wide. And H-Route will go from, I believe he was 5th? Correct?
So,
5th to 3rd?
6th to 3rd, right there. He just got a lot. He just gained 2 spots going in there. And Marcus and Fluffy 1-2 right now.
Yeah, and Voltage.
H-Rout's not going to let him get away, though. H-Rout's going to be right there. I think H-Rout's got a better car than we thought.
He's going to try and push Fluffy, which... Oh, he's going to back off, though, which is... You wouldn't expect that. You know, you want to be on Fluffy's bumper going in. Because, you know, Marcus is going to be content with the 2nd place position behind his team owner. But Fluffy's going to take the lead once again.
Fluffy back in the lead. Like I said, he's got a fast car. He'll make the move. And now H-Route and Voltage on the outside of the 6th to Marcus. H-Route's going to hold on to 2nd, or take 2nd.
Oh, Voltage got the outside wall going to turn 1. He's going to lose a lot of ground. Goes from leading the race, just 2 laps to go, and he's right now battling for the 6th position back there. As one car into the fence, that is Trey. He keeps it up there, and he does.
Trying to see how, I mean, we got 2 packs here. We got the front pack, the top 6, and the back pack, the back 5, I believe. Well, back 4, and then Red Leg obviously went through the grass a few laps ago. But 13 laps to go this time by, and Fluffy is starting to build a gap over H-Route. It's up to half a second right now.
And on this game, you know, around half a second, 6/10 is where the draft starts to, just be almost so minor, not really helping you that much. So if Fluffy can get around the 7/10 mark, 8/10 mark, he's just going to pull away even farther.
Just half a second now off of turn 2. I believe it's still around half a second. Yeah, it's still around half a second. Trout gains on him down the straightaways, but in the turns, Fluffy just puts us on better corners up than he does, and it lets Fluffy pull away a little bit. We'll get back to that half a second mark. Let's see what happens this lap. Yeah, it's about the half a second, but now Marcus is on the bumper of H-Route, so...
Yeah, Marcus, Marcus isn't really going to be patient here. Marcus knows he has a car to win this race, or to contend with his team owner. But as you saw, if you look in the front stretch, the 8 of X Intimidator brought his number 8 machine down pit road. It looks like it's going to be pretty early for a pit stop. So who knows what his plan is. How many laps do we have to go, Jay?
That time by was 12, so 11 would be this time. So he's gonna probably make the last 12 laps. I mean, that's probably his only stop of the race is for that. It's a pretty early pit stop for 4 tires, and you're gonna run out the rest of the run.
Oh, Dohar and Marcus fell like a little bit, and that was able to let Dohar get to him, but H-Route just hit the wall there. A tiny bit coming off turn 4, but it looks like it's going to be a 2-car race, unless this pack gets lined up.
Well, here comes back Voltage. He was 6th a few laps ago, and now he's up to 3rd. Passing these cars, I'm not sure if he's made adjustments to make this car better, or his car is just kicking in a little better. He is catching that 61. Now 61's getting loose.
61 loose off the corner, and honestly, if you're Voltage, that's not what you wanted to see, because if you're Mags or Voltage, your plan is 61's going to have a little bit of draft on the 16. I'm going to push him up there. We're going to get up there. 2 Toyotas going to battle with that 16. We're all going to have a chance to win. But with the 61 messing up, it's now Fluffy by himself. And the Toyotas battling for that 2nd position with Marcus in 4th and now 5th. And he'll make a green flag pit stop. And here he comes along with Voltage. A very late entry for the 20. Hopefully he made it without speeding. But that was a very good entry if he doesn't speed.
Voltage and Marcus coming down pit road, which leaves Fluffy in 1st, H-Route 2nd, and Dohar 3rd. Dohar's actually about to look underneath H-Route for 2nd. Be interesting if it comes down to our two picks to win this race.
Who do we pick again?
The right one, two right now. I picked Dohar.
I picked Fluffy. Well, okay, my
You
pick.
picked Fluffy,
Mine wasn't
Dohar.
really a pick. It's just like, okay, just go with it. But yeah, Fluffy leading once again. It's a common thing. But Dohar P2 right now, running very good for his first race. It's kind of hard to predict because Fluffy goes to there. He does run AKA, I believe it is on Xbox, which is one of the premier leagues over there on the Xbox console. As a 61 of A-Trout will bring his Toyota Supra down pit road, on with a few others. Oh, the 21 wrecked. Look, he wrecked in turn 4 coming on pit road. No caution. The 79 of Trey almost missed pit road, it appeared. The 9 brings his machine on pit road as well. It's like everybody.
Right around halfway right there of the stage. 10 laps to go. That time I think it's going to be 9. Yeah, it'll be 9. So they'll be coming to go 8 laps to go this time by. So if you're going to pit, I think that last lap or this lap's the way to go. Go down pit road. So let's see if Fluffy makes his way down pit road.
The X-Intimidator in the 3rd position. He already pit.
Yeah, X-Intimidator already pitted. He pitted on like lap 8.
He's the first one to pit. Here comes Fluffy down pit road. Dohar going to stretch it. And Pat's Ace will also stretch it. So new leader. This is not a position. The 8-7 is going to let his teammate go. So the 8 car back in the lead lap now. But Jerem Dohar, the number 7, now your leader and leading more laps today. As I believe this will be his 3rd lap led.
Leading more laps by just staying out longer. I mean, that was a strategy for them in the Pro League to just stay out that one more lap to get that, not really a bonus point, but that extra lap led to add to the total. Came down to a tiebreaker for any positions.
That's correct. If the Pro League season's over, but that was one thing that if you saw guys just stay out and lead laps, leading laps was a tiebreaker for points. If everyone was tied for several different ways. But Dohar is going to come down pit road with the extra lap, going to come down pit road. And Pat's Ace, hot coming into pit road, and he spins it. Look like Ryan Blaney at Talladega. Spun it around, and that's going to be some precious time lost by 11. Not only just get spin on pit road, but he's sped as well. So, Pat's Ace, top 5.
Just now coming off of pit road, and I think the leader now would be Voltage in the 20.
Yes, it will go Voltage, A-Trout, Marcus, then Fluffy. For all the cars who have pit.
So Fluffy's got to make some time up, and they're coming to 7 to go this time by. Voltage has got a nice big gap over him. Then that's just the perks of pitting early. Let's see if Fluffy can reel this in 7 laps. I want to see where Dohar's at. There's Dohar right out of the pits. And he's going to be really behind these guys.
Yeah.
End up coming out 5th.
Good thing, though. If the caution comes out, will Dohar stay out? Because he'd have the freshest tires, him and Pat's Ace. They are pretty far back there, but they do have the freshest tires. So it would not surprise me if they both stayed out. But right now, it's looking like the first 3 weeks of the season. Toyota 1-2, Voltage and A-Trout. But don't look now. Fluffy has passed Marcus and put some time on him. He's now 3rd. Marcus 4th, as we said. And 5th place, look, it goes to Dohar.
Dohar in 5th place. Fluffy in 3rd right now. He is reeling in A-Trout. A-Trout just ran his fastest lap of the race, actually, with a 51.160. Little insight right there. So.
Ooh. How many laps have to go now?
Let me make sure. It's 6 to go.
6 to go, and in 2 laps, Fluffy has already passed the 61 and the 6. So, if I'm Voltage, I'm just going to hope he's not going to get held up. He's going to catch him probably, but just hope you can. If you're Voltage, do you run as hard as you can, try to get away, or are you going to save some tire, just so let that gap close in? But then once Fluffy gets there to your bumper, push.
I mean, if we saw anything from the first stage, right now I think Voltage just needs to run away as far as he can, go as hard as he can, stay ahead of Fluffy, but it just does not look like it's going to work out either. I know right now Fluffy has the fresher tires, so trying to save tires and let him catch up to you may not be the best strategy.
Yep, here at Indianapolis, as we have 5 to go now at the Hoosier State 250. you know, I mean, this is a track where you can make up a lot of ground. It's not like I guess you'd say I'm trying to think Atlanta, where it's almost always full throttle in both corners. You know, you can have a very good handling race car going into turn 1 and 3, and then also going into 2 and 4. Just how the turns are here at IMS. So Fluffy, if you have a very good handling race car like Fluffy does, like the rest of the cars do. Oh, Fluffy just killed the wall. I think I put karma on him.
Oh, Fluffy just put. I was.
Come
I saw
on.
it happening on entry.
I'm sorry.
A late turn on entry, and 4 laps to go this time by. It leads up to about a second. H-Out's on his bumper. I think H-Out's gonna battle Fluffy right here. Try to let Voltage get out a little bit.
Wow, that was, oh my lord, I think I put karma on. I'm already saying how good his car handles. He can make up a lot of time and then hits the wall. But Fluffy, you know, he's more determined than ever to go catch that 20 with 4 to go. And I believe he's already put some ground back on him.
He's definitely gaining back on him, but will it be enough? I mean, that's really what Voltage was wanting, was Fluffy to make a mistake, and that's what he did. He overshot the corner, then he got the car rotated enough, and just smacked the wall hard on exit of turn 3.
So because we're all in one party, we only have 11 cars in today's race, which is probably the smallest field we've had in the Road Enforcement National Series, and I think all season it was 11. They're all one party chat, so you know Voltage can't just be cheering in the Toyota party about how excited he is that the 16 just wrecked, and what also, I mean, almost wrecked, but not only that, because the 16's catching very quickly, so we have 3 to go now, correct?
3 to go, that time by, yes, so
and he's catching them.
2.5, and ooh, he's going to the wall again? No, okay, I thought he was, I'm just on board with Fluffy right now, watching this gap, trying to see if he can catch him. A-Trout is falling off. I'm really surprised A-Trout didn't go to the inside of him on that front stretch.
You know, if they're in a Toyota party, I'm pretty sure that 61's going to try and pass him. But while they're single file for the top 3, the great battle for 4th between Marcus and Dohar for the 4th position. Oh, Voltage got a little loose, and here comes Fluffy with 2 to go.
2 to go, and as you were saying, I think that may have been a little thing that A-Trout didn't go to underneath him, because he probably thought he was going to get earful from Fluffy if he tried passing him right there, but here we go. In turn 1, he's right there.
He's coming.
I think Fluffy's going to pass him this lap.
Going into turn 3, I think will be the prime opportunity. Voltage can try and shake the draft. Oh, he is just swerving, trying to break it. Anything he can, because the draft's very powerful in this game. So any draft, Fluffy's going to have a huge advantage. Look at Fluffy just get to the bottom right there. Almost directly on the white line. And don't look now, but H-Route is just managing that gap. That's all he can do is manage. And if these two start battling, the 61 could get his 2nd win of the season.
And he's seeing that Trout's there, dude. He's getting their driver now. They are door banging.
Beat and begging. Here comes Trout. If Voltage can hold the inside here, it should be at 1 to go. Sponsored by Ronin Imports. Can Voltage hold the inside? A-Trout's going to push his team owner. And it's 2 on the inside, 1 on the outside. And Voltage, Fluffy gets the wall, but Voltage is going to clear him. Into turn 2 goes Voltage.
Oh, dude, A-Trout with that move may have just gave Voltage the win. I don't see it happening. Or if A-Trout goes for the win himself.
You know, when you win races here, you can be very desperate. Let's see what A-Trout's going to do. This technically is the last opportunity, unless you get this terms. And his car just can't stick. And Fluffy's going to go. No, he's going to put a block on him. Here comes A-Trout.
And...
but he just hit the wall! Hit the wall!
Banks just lost it off the last corner. No!
And here comes A-Trout to the flag. A-Trout's going to win. Oh my god.
A-Trout's gonna win the race. Fluffy's gonna second. Voltage 3rd. Dohar 4th. Marcus 5th. Pat 6th. From the back 7th. Trey 8th. Looks like Exterminator's gonna be 9th. Deadpool 10th. And then Red Leg 11th. That's gonna be our finishing order. Wow, no.
Dude, that is so... I'm speechless. I don't know what to say about that.
Oh man, that was perfect. That was a great finish. A-Trout just went from third from the first last lap, dude. A-Trout with the come from behind win.
I have no words. I don't know what to say.
We need to see what happened from Bags' perspective.
Oh my lord. I don't know what to say. I really don't. He's not going to record it, Jay. He's not going to. Don't ask.
I just want to see it. I just need to see a clip of it.
Fast lap of the race, Fluffy with a 50.558, almost what he ran in qualifying, which is kind of.
Is that faster? What did he run in qualifying? What did he run in qualifying?
I mean, it's gonna be kind of sad that he ran that in qualifying.
5.63 in qualifying to 5.58 in the race. He had the same speed for the race.
So we're going to get everybody in here. Remember, invite A-Trout, Fluffy, Voltage. I'd love to get Dohar too. If you can invite Dohar too, love to get.
I'll get Dohar in here.
Top 4. If Bags.
Wow, A-Trout, your race winner off a last lap pass, last corner. I mean, you know, did he put the pressure on Bags right there, Voltage? Did Voltage get intimidated by that 61 car in his rear view
he was near the bumper. I mean, we might need to get a A-Trout's perspective. We might need to do that because
I saw it from his perspective.
Did he make contact?
No, they did not make contact at all. On A-Trout's perspective, no, they did not make contact.
Wow, that's. I mean,
Here's
that's
your
just
race winner.
That is just such an incredible finish. We want to get him. We're gonna wait till everybody gets in here so we can get the the same announcement party audio on, please. Thank you. Blue screen. Everybody. So we're going to do the same announcement. Okay, once we get everybody in. We're gonna start on blue screen. Trying to get everybody in here. Okay.
Dohar?
Jerem Dohar.
He's not appearing online right now.
We'll search him. Just search him in the bar. But, wow.
He may have just got offline, actually.
He did? Oh.
Yeah, Dohar. Well, here we go. We have H-Out in the party. I invited the other two as well. And Dohar if he's online.
Okay.
By chance.
Gonna go ahead and make sure H-Out is your party audio set to always allow.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Dude, I mean, you should have heard us in the. I hope y'all had the broadcast in the booth because we went crazy. I thought from what I kind of saw, I thought there was a little bit of contact, but Jay says from your perspective, there's no contact. Walk us through the last lap. You were riding third, just trying to push Fluffy back up to Voltage. It worked. Then you went with your team owner. Fluffy went to the outside, got yourself to second, and then off of turn 4, Voltage got loose, it looked like, and snapped into the outside wall. Just walk us through your mindset going into the final lap, and then tell us about your whole race.
Yeah, with that final lap, I knew Fluffy had the fastest car all night, so I knew if I was going to have a chance at this thing, I'd have to follow him, push him, do whatever I could, and I did a pretty decent job there, and we caught up to Voltage, and yeah, Voltage took the inside, kind of pushed Fluffy up the track just a little bit. I don't know if they made contact, but it forced Fluffy up the track a little bit, so I went to the bottom line, obviously, because it's faster. And that last turn, I'm not sure what I was kind of just banking on a second place finish and following Voltage to the checkered, but he snapped to the right. I'm not sure what happened. He said he had low tires, and yeah, and I just was lucky enough to dodge that and take it to the checker.
Yeah, man, that was a very exciting finish. It was a very exciting race overall. I believe there was an instance where you took. Yeah, that's right. I believe stage 3. I believe probably the most aggressive move all night. We saw literally you almost got the Pat's ace, and then you went to the inside, 3 wide on the front stretch, putting you from 6th to 3rd, which kind of put you in a position. I think you stayed around 3rd or 4th for the rest of the stage. So that move right there could have possibly greatly assisted your chances of winning.
Yeah, but pretty much the whole race. But the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, maybe even 6th, was pretty heated for most of the race, and that was definitely a move that helped me kind of get up to the front and kind of get away from those guys a little bit. And I think I pitted 1 lap shorter than Fluffy did, and was able to kind of get a little bit of ground back on some of those guys. And was in a position to follow Fluffy to the lead basically, and man, it worked out perfectly. I was battling in an ill-handled car for most of the race. Missed pit road like the first stage and had to battle some adversity throughout the whole race. But all in all, man, this is probably my best win. Daytona is obviously up there, that first race, and I needed this one bad. It's been a long time and been battling some struggles here lately with this league, and I needed something to come together, and it did.
For sure, man. It was a fantastic way to get your momentum back going. Obviously, started with high momentum just being in the Toyota camp, as I said the first 3 weeks. So I think I said it about twice, 3 times on the stream, even the tweet earlier today, that Toyota dominated the first 3 weeks. Haven't really seen much. Voltage has been really pretty good. The camp went from, I believe y'all had 5 cars a season, only had 2 today. But like I said, great way to bounce back. Jay, do you have any questions for our race winner?
On that last lap, we'll come to the last lap when Voltage and Fluffy were side by side. Did you think you had a chance at that, or did you kind of just see, I'm just gonna probably finish second or third?
Come to the last lap, I saw them battling, and I knew Fluffy was catching Voltage on newer tires. So honestly, what was going through my mind is, all right, I'm going to let these guys battle it out and see what happens, and I'm just going to kind of just coast and just hit my marks and back up their corners properly and all that stuff. And, sure enough, they ended up battling it out a little bit, and I got on the inside of Fluffy and then was able to get on the inside of Voltage. So it just worked out perfectly for me tonight.
Jay, do you have any more questions for our race winner?
Oh, no, that's it.
Well, hey Trout, once again, congrats on your win, man. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely deserve that. Had about some of the best right there. This has been A Trout. Once again, this has been A Trout, driver number 61 for Hattori Racing. I forgot. I don't know this team, but Joe Gibbs affiliate. A Trout, congrats on your win, and thank you for your time in the booth.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for broadcasting. Good racing, Fluffy.
Good racing, buddy. Good win.
Fluffy is your part of yes, it's always allow.
You know it is.
Ow. Well, this is this is Fluffy here, as you all know. He's shut up. This is Fluffy here, guys. You can tell we have a lot of fun. What car do you? Okay, custom cars, right? But Fluffy, I mean, it's almost guaranteed. Oh my god, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to get a post race interview. Sorry.
Let's be professional.
I'm trying. Let me get a drink here.
Get
All right.
Purified water.
Oh my god. Great. It's like giving a presentation in class. You're like one friend that laughs for no reason, and then you can't stop laughing. But it's Fluffy here. You hear him a lot in our post-race interviews for Cup and Xfinity or National Series. But Fluffy almost pulled off the entire sweep once again. Pole, stage 1, stage 2, and almost got the win. Just feet from the win, or you could say, almost a wall length. But tell us the race, man. It's not that hard, too. You were up front through the entire race. And you waited, I believe you waited one of the last cars to pit, and it really almost worked out because you were so much faster, but couldn't get it. Walk us through your race, man.
I mean, the car, was phenomenal. The car was really phenomenal. And, yeah, stage 1 and stage 2, we dominated. And stage 3, I did the last, on the last stop, I kind of was wanting to play a strategy where, them guys are going to, pit, the first and then second time, then I'm going to be the last car, and then, try to go through the field with fresher new tires. And it almost worked out, yes, and unfortunately we just didn't get the job done today, but, it could have been worse. I could have hit bags coming off of 4, and just wouldn't have been good for us. But we salvaged it up. We definitely had a dominating car to win. But nothing wrong with silver. Nothing wrong with silver.
Sadly, second place is the first loser, but when you're Fluffy, first place comes often, so it doesn't really. It's not that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
Jay, do you have any questions for our second place finisher, Mr. Fluffy?
Well, I'm kind of gonna ask you the kind of opposite of, well, kind of same thing about Trout. Did you think Trout had a chance there, behind you guys, or did you think it was just
Oh,
between
yeah.
you and Bags?
Oh yeah, Trout. I think he was literally the move of the race, honestly. Cause you know, he deals with a lot of adversities in his races, and I think this one strides. So, you know, on those last couple of laps there at the end, I could tell, you know, he wasn't, you know, I wasn't losing him. He was literally behind me the entire time, and as soon as I got it to Bags, I just, you know, me and him went side by side, and here comes Trout right behind him, and so at that point, I was like, you know, I could either, you know, just wait, or I could just literally give the bumper to Trout, and then Trout hits voltage, and they both slide up the track. But I don't want to do that. I just, you know, I think they're, you know, racing them, you know, clean and not being so aggressive to do something like that. That would ruin somebody's chances of, you know, being up there in the top 3 or top 5. So I just laid back and waited for something to happen, and saw Voltage get up into the wall coming off of 4. So it sucks for Voltage, man. He had a really good car too as well. You know, he was fast all race long. A couple of those guys, they were really fast as well. But yeah, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
Of course, Jay, you have no questions before I...
Oh, no, that's it.
Alright, but of course, that was nice. I don't know why, sorry. The comments going off in the chat and it's overplaying, so I couldn't really, I don't know. But, congrats on the second place finish. Once again, exciting race. You've shot, I think you're obviously going to be the favorite going into the playoffs. We've got, 6 races, which is, you know, things sounds like a lot of time, but, I think your points lead is so large. I think you're going to have to miss like 2 races in order to not get the regular season championships. Sadly, but yeah, man, congrats on your second place finish. And once again, Roush Fenway was looking very strong. Marcus, I believe he brought home with a P5 finish tonight.
Yeah, man. He was up there as well. He did pretty good for himself. So whole Roush Fenway camp, you know, we've been striding to kind of just bring the whole camp to the top 5, and you know, that's what we're trying to do every week, man. Just getting better and better, and just trying to get closer to getting them guys into the championship. So,
even Redleg last week. Redleg, I believe his first top 5 of the season at Kentucky 2 weeks ago. Excuse me. So, Roush camp looking very strong. About you know, pretty equal to the Toyota camp. I believe they got 3 wins in the season now. Any last words you want to say, Fluffy? Anyone to the people in their homes, just like we are watching?
Just, you know, thank you for all watching this. You know, it was fun. You know, we got our, All-Star race tomorrow night, Slade?
We do.
Yeah, be sure to tune in for that, because that's going to be wild. And, yeah, man, you know, thank y'all for tuning in. You know, it was awesome race to be in, and, you know, y'all did a really good job broadcasting tonight. You know, thankful for that. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, Fluffy, congrats for second place finish. This has been Fluffy, driver number 16 in the Early Enforcement Series, and then driver number 17 in the Pocono Raceway Cup Series. Congrats for second place finish. Thank you for your time, and he left the party. Okay. Well, by good reasons, Voltage is not going to accept a post-race interview. Most likely. So, I think that's all we got, honestly, for everybody. So, Jay, got any final words on today's race?
I mean, yeah, you can't count your chickens before it hatch, basically. I think off of turn 4, before he got loose, I think he just got loose. I think he was like, okay, you just got to hold the draft, and then just lost it. I really want to see what happened from his perspective, but I don't know if we'll get that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy finish. But what's for Kentucky? If we can go back to the schedule and think about our last couple finishes, because Kentucky had a fantastic finish between the 2 Penske cars. trying to get the schedule here. So we had Bristol, which was, I think that was a pretty good finish. Titans and Fluffy battled it out, and then Mid Ohio was dominant by Fluffy. So the past two races have had fantastic endings and finishes, and now going into Iowa, which should be a very exciting race unless Fluffy just pulls away and dominates. Should be very exciting though. But yeah, overall, I thought the race was very good. A lot of aggressive moves, especially by the 61, which worked out in his favor. Especially that one where he went almost to the inside wall and passed 3 cars, 6th to 3rd, I think it was. Stage 3 was pretty much, I think he stayed around 3rd. I don't want to see the rest of the stage and just bought his time and worked his way up there. But as tonight ends, we're going to close it out here. This has been Slade J4 and J Hyper. In the booth, one more time, I want to congrats A-Trout on his win tonight, 2nd of the season, first at Daytona, now Indianapolis. And thank you to all who watched and tuned into tonight's race for the entirety of it. Really appreciate the support. And also, we got to thank our sponsors, Ronin Imports, for sponsoring our national series, Speedway Collective for sponsoring our default series, which is Thursdays, and then our affiliate of Pocono Raceway for affiliating their name with our Cup Series on Tuesday nights. But once again, see you guys next week at Iowa for the Ronin Imports National Series. Have a good night and have a good week.